What's up, everybody? Welcome to another installment of EAP TV. Today, I'm going to be answering more questions from the Beat Zillow Facebook group. All right, guys, so as always with these type of videos, I have a link down below to the Facebook group. If you're on Facebook watching this video, head on back to YouTube. I'll have the link there. Go ahead and request access. If you'd like to join, you can have your questions answered here on video or just interact with other agents from around the country and see what marketing strategies are working for them. It's a great resource to have, and we would love for you to come join us. Now let's jump right into the questions. So our first question comes from our friend David. David says, how can I get started making a podcast? Sites, equipment, etc. What's worked for you guys? Great question, David. Now I want to start my response to this question off by asking you guys a question. Have you actually taken time to explore setting up your own local real estate podcast? Because if you haven't done so yet, I think you should actually devote some time to exploring that further. There's three basic mediums of content that people engage with that are going to be most useful to you, and that's blogging, video, and podcast or audio. Those three mediums make up the entirety of the content that you should be exploring as a real estate agent. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do all three of those every single week, all the time for the rest of your career. One of them or two of them is going to prove more successful for you in your market. I have worked with a number of agents who have started their own podcast, and it's actually generated them quite a bit of buzz and traction in their local community. And then on the flip side of that, I've also worked with a lot of agents who are blogging pros, and their SEO rankings and organic search results and traffic are through the roof. So if you can devote some time to exploring all three of those different outlets, you're gonna find which one works best for you, especially just you as a person. Some people are better writers than they are speakers, so maybe writing a blog is better for you than creating a video, even though video is going to be one of the most predominantly indexed forms of media, and that's something I would highly encourage you to do. You can still have good success with written content, so blogs. Anyway, I want to get back to the question, but at the end of the day, figure out which content medium is most suited to you as a person, and then also figure out which one is working best for you in your market and how to leverage it fully. Now, David, we actually use Podbean for our podcast, so if you guys haven't heard the EAP in the Lead podcast, a link will be found below in the description. Go ahead and check that out. Podbean is an excellent place to start. It's free, and it's also easy to get it embedded on your website so people can listen directly off of the different pages you have on your lead site. Now, in terms of equipment, I actually use this Snowball mic right here, as well as a pop filter right there, just to help filter the harshness of the S's. But here's what this baby looks like. It's really sleek, and it's only $50, and for that price, the type of audio that it picks up is actually pretty phenomenal. Just to show you what that audio sounds like, here's a quick clip from a video I did last week using the Snowball. So here I am browsing through listings on a lead site. Now let's say I find one that I really like, and I'm gonna go ahead and click on that. So now if we scroll down to the very bottom of the page, you can see that we have search for properties in this specific zip code as well as similar listings. So now there are suggestions being made at the bottom of every listings page. For that price, you're not gonna beat that type of audio quality, so that's what I would suggest starting with. Our next question comes from our very good friend Andrea, and she says, Kelvin and Tyler, I would like to get your opinion. When you have a blog that also includes a YouTube video and you want to promote it on Facebook, what is the best way to do that? Video is clearly where it's at on Facebook, so I've been posting video and putting a link to the blog in the description. But by boosting the post or even running an ad, Facebook wants to optimize for video views. At the same time, my main goal is to get people to click the link and go to the blog. Thoughts? And that's a great question. So what's the best way to take advantage of the content that you're creating and stretch that as far as it can possibly go? Now, pairing a blog with a video is definitely one of the most advisable strategies, especially in terms of indexing. Google's gonna really love the fact that you've got a video on your blog post, you're marrying the two pieces of content together. But when it comes to sharing that content on a place like Facebook, here's what I like to do. I like to share the blog post first, and then the next day or maybe 2 days after sharing the initial blog post, then I like to put up a snippet of the video that is actually on the blog post itself and then link that video back to the blog. So essentially, we're trying to bring everything full circle. We're trying to get people back to that blog. We're trying to get people exposed to the video. And unfortunately, if you're sharing the YouTube video on Facebook, that's gonna be much less optimized for reach. What you wanna do is take that video and upload it natively into Facebook. No, that doesn't give you YouTube views, but unfortunately, Facebook is really cracking down on YouTube links. Facebook wants to make sure that everybody's watching video natively on Facebook, not giving views to YouTube. It's a competitive thing, and unfortunately, that's just the world we have to live with and the rules we have to play by. Now, let me recap this because I don't want it to be too confusing. So day one, Monday, let's say it's on a Monday, you're gonna share the blog post itself, the image, the message above, just a standard post. Then the next day or 2 days after sharing the initial blog, you're gonna share a snippet of the video that is also on that blog post. And then you're gonna include a link back to the blog in the comments below. And again, the video you're uploading needs to be uploaded directly into Facebook, not a YouTube link that you're sharing on Facebook. Finally, if you're going to boost or advertise either of those pieces of content and you don't care about video views on Facebook itself, then I would say take the blog post and boost that, or use a traffic objective campaign in the Facebook Ads Manager. However, since lead capture is not the goal traditionally with a blog post, it's just general content exposure and brand awareness, I think boosting a post is totally fine because that allows you to lower your budget. So you can boost a post for anywhere around $3 a day, and that saves you a lot of money in comparison to using a traditional objective in a full-fledged Facebook ad campaign. I hope that answer made some type of sense. If you guys have any other questions when it comes to how to make the most out of your content, how to get it on Facebook, how to make the most of it on YouTube, whatever it may be, feel free to shoot me an email, kelvin@easyagentpro.com, and I would love to answer your question directly. Our next question comes from Joel, and he says, reviews question. We don't want to drive traffic to Zillow or Trulia, but where should we have clients leave us reviews? Zillow and Trulia probably still get the best exposure and removes the question of the review created by us on our own blog. Thoughts? So that's a very good question. Reviews and testimonials are very important, especially when it comes to search results, people searching your name. A lot of the times the first thing to pop up are the reviews that you have on places like Google, Facebook, and Yelp. And you're right, Joel, Zillow and Trulia are definitely a part of those searches as well, and those are two big networks that people spend a lot of their time searching for houses. Now, the most ideal recommended order would be Google, Facebook, Zillow, and then Yelp. So focus on getting testimonials in that order. Google's obviously gonna be the most important because, again, we go back to that organic search results. People searching your name plus real estate agent or plus realtor, those reviews are gonna be what shows up first. I'm pretty sure TJ actually said this exact same thing in the comments below this question, so he's definitely right. Google is one of the first places you should focus on building out reviews and testimonials. Facebook is definitely next though, especially because that's where you're gonna be posting your content most frequently, and because of Facebook ad campaigns, that's probably gonna be one of the first places that a potential lead has exposure to you and your brand. So naturally, if they do wanna find out more about you, they're gonna head back to your Facebook business page and see if there's any reviews up on your page. Joel, good question, and I hope that was helpful. Our final question has to do with general feedback on an ad campaign. So it looks like we have 88 names, emails, and phone numbers. Are these good numbers? Any feedback? First of all, yeah, those are great numbers, especially in the world of real estate. Your cost per conversion was hovering around $6 to $7. $6 to $7 per lead is an excellent price. Now, in terms of the quality of the leads, that's really subjective and hard to gauge. It could be 2 months down the line, one of the leads that you got from this campaign turned into a client, and that client then converted to a sale. So then the entire expense of the ad was validated just because of that one lead that actually turned into an actual client. So for now, you really just have to look at it as any number of these leads could turn into actual clients, and I would actually stop this ad. Even though there's a lot of interest and engagement around this ad, you found one that works really well for you in your market. You can always use it later, but you've spent enough money, just over $400, to pick up a lot of contact information and a lot of leads. Now figure out how many of those are actually gonna convert to a commission. And then you have your answer. Then you know what type of quality was being brought in by that specific ad. And if you do get one or even just 2 leads that convert to an actual commission down the line, then you know you should rerun that ad because the type of leads it's bringing you are actually translating to a positive ROI. And I think I'm gonna stop there, guys. That's a lot of information for one video, so hopefully you guys found this helpful. If you did, be sure to drop a like right down below this video, and if you're new here, subscribe to the channel. Also, like I said at the beginning of this video, there's gonna be a link down below in the description to the Beat Zillow Facebook group. If you're not a member yet, feel free to come join us. There's agents from around the country offering ideas and marketing insight, and it's a very useful resource to have. And as always, guys, it's such a pleasure, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.